Last week, I walked into my local grocery store and watched a woman in her 60s reach for a tub of butter. She checked the label, nodded, and dropped it in her cart. I wanted to stop her. I wanted to say, "Do you know what's actually in there?" Here's what most people don't realize. The butter sitting in your refrigerator right now might not be butter at all. Some of the most trusted brands in America have quietly changed their recipes. They've added ingredients that can trigger inflammation, disrupt your hormones, and make it harder for your body to burn fat. I'm talking about household names, brands your mother used, brands you've trusted for decades. Here's what you're going to learn in the next 11 minutes. First, I'm going to name 5 butter brands you need to avoid. These are sitting in grocery stores right now, and millions of people buy them every week without knowing what's really inside. Second, I'll give you 2 brands that are actually safe. Real butter with no hidden oils or chemicals. These are the ones I keep in my own kitchen. Third, I'll show you exactly how to use real butter to support your energy, your brain health, and your ability to stay independent as you age. This matters because after 50, your body becomes less forgiving. The quality of fat you eat directly affects your joints, your memory, your heart, and your ability to maintain a healthy weight. Stay with me until the end. This could be the simplest health change you make all year. Let's get started. Here's the problem. When butter came back into fashion after years of low-fat diets, food companies saw an opportunity. Real butter from grass-fed cows costs money to produce, so they found shortcuts. They started blending in cheaper oils, adding emulsifiers, and stretching the product just enough to pass labeling laws. What does this mean for you? These modified butters contain what we call oxidized fats. These are fats that have gone rancid even before you open the package. When you eat them, they create inflammation in your gut. They stiffen your cell membranes. They interfere with your body's ability to use insulin properly. And here's the part that really concerns me. They can stay in your system for years. The good news? You can fix this today. You don't need a medical degree. You don't need expensive supplements. You just need to know which brands to avoid and which ones to choose. Before I show you the 5 brands, do me a quick favor. Think about the butter in your fridge right now. Do you know what's actually in it? If you're not sure, or if this information is new to you, hit the like button. That tells me you want more videos like this, where I break down exactly what's in your food. All right, here are the 5 brands to avoid. Brand number 5, Bunge butter. The first one is Bunge. You might not recognize this name, and that's intentional. Bunge is actually one of the world's largest producers of vegetable oils, soybean oil, canola oil, sunflower oil. They supply these oils to fast food chains and food manufacturers worldwide. When Bunge started making butter, they didn't leave their oil business behind. Many of their butter products contain soybean or canola oil blended right in. Earlier this year, the FDA recalled 64,000 pounds of Bunge butter because they failed to list milk on the label. That's a basic safety violation. If you see Bunge or any product labeled butter blend, put it back. That's not butter. That's industrial oil with a dairy label. Brand number 4, Cabot Creamery. Next is Cabot Creamery. This one surprises people because Cabot markets itself as farmer-owned and wholesome. The problem is in the details. Several Cabot products contain natural flavors and color stabilizers. These additives usually come with carrier oils, often soybean or sunflower oil. In 2025, Cabot recalled 1,700 pounds of butter due to bacterial contamination. That tells me their quality control has gaps. When you're choosing butter, you want 2 ingredients, cream and salt. That's it. If the label lists anything else, keep looking. Brand number 3, Land O'Lakes. Land O'Lakes is an American icon. That package with the Native American woman has been around for generations. Unfortunately, the company has changed its formula over the years. Their spreadable butter contains 25 to 40% canola oil by weight. Let me say that again. Up to 40% of what you're spreading on your toast is not butter, it's canola oil. Canola oil is highly processed. It's extracted using heat and chemical solvents. By the time it reaches your table, it's often already oxidized. Studies show that these damaged fats can raise inflammation markers in your blood and increase small LDL particles, which are linked to heart disease. If the label says spreadable or mentions canola, leave it on the shelf. Real butter doesn't need vegetable oil to spread easily. Quick question. Have you been using any of these 3 brands? Land O'Lakes, Cabot, or Bunge? Drop a comment and let me know. Just say yes or no. I'm curious how many people watching this are affected. I read every comment, so I'll see your answer. Okay, 2 more brands to go. Brand number 2, Great Value, Walmart. Great Value is Walmart's house brand. Here's the challenge. Their butter isn't consistent across the country. Some regions sell pure butter. Others quietly add soybean oil or emulsifiers called mono and diglycerides. Independent lab tests have found that some Great Value butter falls below the legal fat content for real butter. That means it's not technically butter at all. Mono and diglycerides are particularly concerning. They act like trans fats in your body. They interfere with insulin signaling and can raise triglycerides, which are fats in your bloodstream. I understand the appeal of saving money. However, this is one area where cutting costs can hurt your health. The last one is Challenge Butter. On the surface, the label looks clean, just cream and salt. The problem is what happens after production. Multiple consumer reports have noted that Challenge Butter often has a rancid smell or grainy texture. These are signs that the fats have oxidized during storage or shipping. Once butter goes rancid, it behaves like those damaged oils I mentioned earlier. It creates compounds in your body that accelerate aging and damage your cells. Some of their flavored varieties also contain soy lecithin and natural flavor blends, which are suspended in oil carriers. Even if it starts out clean, poor handling can turn it toxic. I recommend skipping this brand unless you can verify freshness. Let me tell you about something I saw last month. A woman named Susan, 68 years old, posted in the comments of one of my videos. She said she'd been using the same butter brand for 30 years. After watching my content, she checked the ingredient list for the first time. It contained soybean oil. She switched to grass-fed butter, and 3 weeks later, she commented again. She said her joint stiffness had improved. Her energy felt more stable throughout the day. She wrote, "I wish I'd known this years ago." Now, I can't promise you'll have the same experience. Everyone's body is different. However, Susan's story shows what's possible when you make one simple change. If you've had a similar experience after switching butters, drop a comment below. I read every single one, and your story might help someone else watching this. Okay, let's pause for a second. We just covered 5 brands to avoid. I know that might feel overwhelming. You might be thinking, what am I supposed to buy? Take a breath. This next part is the good news. I'm going to give you 2 brands that are actually safe. These are the ones I personally use. Let's keep going. The 2 safe brands. Brand number 1, Kerrygold. The first safe option is Kerrygold. This butter comes from Ireland, where cows graze on mineral-rich pastures most of the year. The butter is made from grass-fed cream with no added oils or fillers. Grass-fed butter contains higher levels of vitamin K2, which supports bone and heart health. It also has more omega-3 fats and something called CLA, or conjugated linoleic acid. Research suggests CLA may help with fat metabolism. One important note, make sure the label says, "Product of Ireland." Some Kerrygold-style products sold in the US have been reformulated for shelf stability, and those aren't the same quality. Brand number 2, Vital Farms. The second brand is Vital Farms. This is a US company that uses 100% pasture-raised cows from regenerative farms. No seed oils, no emulsifiers, no flavor blends. What I like about Vital Farms is their short supply chain. The butter goes from farm to store quickly, which means less time for oxidation. It's naturally higher in butyrate, a short-chain fatty acid that supports gut health. Vital Farms is one of the few American brands that actually tests their butter for fat composition and freshness. That level of transparency matters. Here's what I want you to do right now. Pause this video and take a screenshot of these 2 brand names, Kerrygold and Vital Farms. Save it to your phone. Next time you're at the grocery store, pull it up. That way you won't forget which ones are safe. You can also write them down on a piece of paper if that's easier. The important thing is to have this information with you when you shop. Now let me tell you why this matters so much. Why this matters for your health. Let me explain why I care so much about this. Over the past 30 years, I've studied thousands of research papers on nutrition and aging. One pattern keeps showing up. The quality of fat you eat directly affects how well your body functions. Good fats support your brain, your heart, and your energy levels. Bad fats do the opposite. Did you know that the fats you eat today become part of your cell membranes within hours? Think of your cells like tiny houses. The membrane is the outer wall. If you build that wall with damaged materials, everything inside suffers. Your cells can't communicate properly. They can't absorb nutrients. They can't produce energy efficiently. This is especially important as we age. After 50, our bodies become less forgiving. We need high-quality nutrition to maintain our strength, our mental clarity, and our independence. So when I see people unknowingly buying fake butter, it frustrates me because this is fixable. You just need the right information. How to use real butter. So now you know which brands to buy. Let me give you some simple ways to use them. First, cook your eggs in real butter. It adds flavor and provides healthy fats that help you absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. Second, try adding a small pat of butter to your morning coffee or tea. This is something I do regularly. It gives you sustained energy without a blood sugar spike. Third, use butter when you cook vegetables. It makes them taste better, and the fat helps your body absorb nutrients like beta-carotene. The key is to store your butter properly. Keep it in the refrigerator. When you need it, take it out and cut off what you need. This keeps it fresh and prevents oxidation. If you're finding this helpful, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. I post new videos every week on simple health changes that actually work. No complicated protocols, no expensive supplements, just practical information you can use today. Click that subscribe button right now and turn on the bell notification. That way you won't miss the next video. Alright, let me answer some common questions. We've covered the bad brands, the good brands, and how to use real butter. Now I want to answer the questions I get asked most often. If you've been wondering about ghee, or how long it takes to recover, or whether this really affects weight loss, the next 2 minutes are for you. Stay with me. Common questions. Question 1. What if the label says natural flavor or spreadable? This is usually a red flag. Natural flavor often means there's a carrier oil involved, typically soybean or sunflower oil. Spreadable almost always means they've added vegetable oil to make it softer. Real butter from grass-fed cows spreads easily on its own. You don't need additives. Question 2. Is ghee a good option? Yes, ghee can be a great choice, especially if you're sensitive to lactose. It is clarified butter, which means the milk solids have been removed. It still contains all the healthy fats. Just make sure you choose a brand that's grass-fed and doesn't add seed oils. One brand I trust is Fourth and Heart. Question 3. How long does it take for your body to recover if you switch to real butter? This is a great question. The damaged fats from seed oils can stay in your cell membranes for about 2 years. That's called the half-life. It takes roughly 6 years for 95% of them to clear out. However, you can speed up this process. Eating healthy fats, practicing intermittent fasting, and staying active all help your body replace those damaged fats with healthy ones. The most important step is to stop adding more bad fats starting today. Question 4. Do these fake butters really affect weight loss? Absolutely. When your cell membranes are inflamed from damaged fats, your hormone receptors don't work properly. Your body can't respond to signals that tell it to burn fat. This creates what we call hormone resistance. You can eat less and exercise more and still struggle to lose weight. Fixing your fat intake is one of the most powerful steps you can take. Let me ask you something. What's the biggest challenge you face when trying to eat healthier? Is it confusing labels, conflicting advice, the cost of good food? Drop a comment and tell me. I read these comments and they help me decide what videos to make next. Your question might become my next video topic. Let me bring this all together. The butter in your refrigerator matters more than you think. It's not just about taste. It's about the building blocks you're giving your body every single day. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Start here. Check your butter. If it's one of the 5 brands I mentioned, replace it with Kerrygold or Vital Farms. That's one simple change that can reduce inflammation, support your energy, and help your body function the way it's supposed to. Remember, your health is not about perfection. It's about making better choices, one step at a time. And this is a step you can take today. Before you go, I need your help with something. If this video helped you understand butter labels better, please share it. Think about someone in your life who might have one of these fake butters in their fridge. Your sister, your neighbor, your friend from church. Send them this video. You could genuinely help improve someone's health today. That's what this channel is all about. We're building a community of people who want to age well and stay independent. Thank you for being part of that. In my next video, I'm revealing why fasting for just 16 hours can transform your energy and mental clarity. It's easier than you think, and the science behind it might surprise you. That video is up next. Click it now. I'll see you there. Take care of yourself. You're worth it.